Yes, sir.
Put me in, coach.
Yeah.
Put me in. I lost a couple dogs. I want revenge.
I told you, boy, we here now, man.
It's overtime. We going in.
Big special guest today. Episode 1. Put me in, coach. Straight out of Clearwater, Florida, man. I told you, boy, we got some special guests here tonight, man. Appreciate them coming, but boy, look here. We finna really turn this thing up for y'all, man. Put me in. So I'm gonna put somebody in today for you, man. I got a special guest, man. This Nate Johnson, man, with Put Me In, coach, man. Live from Clearwater, Florida, man. We out here today. I told you, man, we was finna do it big, and you can't do it no bigger than what we about to do it today. I got a special guest, 2 special guests. One of the top OCs and head coaches that ever been in the game, along with quarterback 1. But we gonna start with the man, the glasses.
Hey, appreciate it. Thank you, Coach, for having me.
I had to put that one in there, Coach, the glasses. You feel me?
Yes,
So, you know, if y'all don't know this man, you know what I'm saying, this man here has came into the youth football definitely here in Tampa, and he has won Super Bowls in 3 different leagues, man. Call it what you want it. You know, you can put an asterisk, whatever you want to say. He has done it. So, I mean, without further ado, you know, I'm just straight into it. You know, we got the special guest, episode 1, Coach Twan.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you, Nate, for having me, man.
Let's go.
It's a blessing to be here, to even be on this platform like that, for you to even reach out to me like this. You know what I mean? That just mean that, you know, I'm doing something, you know, right as far right here in my son's life and my life right now. So, you know, that's a lot of gratitude, man. I appreciate it, bro.
That's real, Coach. You know, having you on is special because it takes guys like you and me to do things like this here to give the platform back to the youth. And it starts with the children, and it starts with guys, because you ain't just a coach, you a father as well.
Yes, sir.
So, you know what I'm saying? When I sit back and I see what you have done with your son and the things you got going on in coaching, you know, matter of fact, that jumps me right into the first question, man. How did you become a coach and get into this coaching, man? And what things did you put into your son to make him be the kid that he is?
Well, to be honest with you, man, I think it came out of straight passion. I never knew, like, I wanted to be a coach. You know, like a lot of guys our age, well, you know, like, we was football players, you know what I mean? And we got deterred down the path when we were younger. You know, one thing I want to cut off, and then I want to say this here. The biggest myth ever told was make your mistakes while you're young. I don't believe in that, because the mistakes that you make when you're young, it carries over to your adulthood, especially, well,
Correct.
I can say for me, you know what I mean? That happened for me. So I won't tell kids to make your mistakes while you're young. You know what I mean? I mean, you got to be cautious of what you're doing. You have to. But really, what made me want to coach was the passion that I have. The passion that I have. I seen my son them playing football, and I'm like, man, you know what? Like, nobody's doing this right here. Nobody's doing it. I haven't seen anybody doing this on this level. Let me see if I can get here and do this here and help them out and see if I can have them going on a new level, a next level. You know what I mean? And
Correct.
so, and, you know, and it started off a little slow and shaky, but then, you know, I learned things as I'm still early in my coaching career. I just want to let y'all know I'm still early in it. But I've been learning things every year. Like, okay, this last year, I used to run this jet sweep and never had no blocks and this and that. So now let me see how I can get this going and make sure that this look efficient enough, or make sure they moving fast enough at a fast pace. You know, everything, every year you learn something new. So
Getting better.
Yeah, getting better, like every year. You know what I'm saying? So what made me just want to coach was just trying to get these kids to do something at a next level. But while, like, I dumb it down for them sometimes too, don't get me wrong. Like, I simplify it for them a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But as they get older, I gotta get older with I gotta grow with my coaching.
Correct.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, now we're using bigger terminology than what we were on 8U. So now, and then, like, when they get to 12U or something, if I'm still coaching them, I want to be able to, you know, start using the terminology, like go get with these high school coaches and start using the terminology that they're using.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So it's just a passion for me, man, because I love sports. Like,
Me too. There you go.
yeah, I love sports. Like, to be honest with you, like, I done gave up some really great jobs for sports, for my kids' sports, like activities, like making $30 an hour and everything. Like,
Right.
I tell them I'm leaving right now because my kid got practice. Like, I'm not going to do this. Like, you know what I mean? So, and that's just love for me. So, like, that's all it is, man. Like, just want to see these kids excel, like, at a higher level than And I just feel like, especially with my son playing as well, like I just like I trust his trainers and everything. That's another thing. Anybody who I take him to, I trust them. You know what I mean? So, and then I feel like I have to do my part as well.
Facts.
I have to.
Facts, Coach.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? When I see Noah play, he seems like, from a mental standpoint, that he's ahead of a lot of the kids his age. Did a lot of that stuff start at home with you, or did it take place when he go train with these trainers?
No, I definitely think everything starts at home.
Correct.
Everything starts at home. Like you can see, you hear parents saying, "Oh, this coach ain't doing this for my son enough." We can't make your son a superstar in 2 hours a day.
Facts.
It starts at home. You instill that mental toughness at home. I'm gonna give you one thing. Like I started training with him when he was 3 years old, and I started seeing like, wow, he's doing this and he's doing that, and then every year he started getting better. And then we put him in track, and then it just, I'm gonna give I give track all this respect, man, because when he was always great. He was great in football and all that, but when he hit that track, man, it put another mental in here like no other. I'm dead serious. Like, bro, I seen him when he came back, man. It was just like he was,
yeah,
you know what I mean. And then like I just kept it going, even though he hasn't been running track the last 2 years. I know what I had to do. I kept it going. Like I work out with him at home. I push him. Yeah, he's a kid. Yeah, he want to go ride his bike. Yeah, he want to do this here. Like, but I kept it going with him. You know what I mean? Just like, say, for instance, what was the holiday that just passed? 4th of July.
correct.
He's like I just say, he's just like me. Like he's finding a love for basketball now, and I noticed that. I'm not blind to nothing. I keep an eye on my kids. He's finding a love for basketball now. He talks about it more than football. Like he like, Daddy, I gotta do this here. I gotta do this here. Look at this phone, this and that. So, 4th of July, kids, they riding their bike, they riding here, they want to pop out. Guess where we was at on 4th of July for 4 hours? Training basketball. We went to the basketball court.
That's what's up.
Yeah, basketball court. He's sitting right there. He could tell you. There's no lie. Like we at the basketball court for 4 hours. Like, and if we would have been out there for 6 hours. I never have no problem with training. If you ask anybody at any part that I ever been at, from to the Brandon Broncos, East Bay, or Progress Village, whatever, we always the last one to leave the field.
Right.
We always the last one to leave the field.
I see that now.
Yeah, we always the last one to leave the field. Like, and that's just a guard and shoot. My wife would be calling me at 9:30. Where you at? Oh yeah, I'm coming. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, but you know what I mean? But yeah, we always the last one to leave the field, man.
Well, Coachy, you got one of the brand names in the business for his team names, the Own Goal.
Right.
How did you come up with that?
Well, man, to be honest with you, man, I just came up with that name. It wasn't too hard. I just wanted to, give us our own identity. I felt like we was on go. We was always ready. Like, I used to train with my kids from, like, January. When they was on my time, I used to train with them, like, January, February, to all the way to football season starts.
Correct.
So I just was like, you would never catch us off guard. We always going to stay ready. We going to always be on go. You know what I mean? So that's just a name, you know what I mean, that I came up with. It wasn't too hard to come up with.
It was a real good one, I tell you that. That was a real good one. We was always ready for whoever, you feel me?
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah.
You know what, man? I'm so raw. Some people say I'm controversial, but Coach, I just like to get into the meat of the dinner.
Yes, sir.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I see a lot of people talk about things in our forum and other forums and saying, last year Coach Buck 10U and all this stuff here. So, right now as we have this platform, man, what really happened last year to why you took the year off? I mean, maybe you could, set the record straight for the people that's forming their own opinions, because that's all it is, opinions. Ain't nothing factual until you hear it from the horse's mouth.
Absolutely. But I ain't gonna lie to you. When I used to see that stuff, I used to be appalled and just like disturbed about it, to be honest with you though, because like we never buck a face. Like every time we, like even when we was on 7U, I used to want to scrimmage all the best 8U teams in this area. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna say their names, but they know who they is, But and then we was on 8U. We scrimmaged the best 9U teams in this area. Even now, we gonna still scrimmage. I wanna play against some tough 11U teams. Like, it wasn't about no bucking or nothing situation. It was about due to my family, my family circumstances and everything. Like, just say for instance, like I had a newborn baby, and I had situations, like with my family at that time, that I don't want to get too, deep in detail with. And then like I started my own business. That took a lot of time from me, you know what I mean? So, and then like I can't really just say for instance, like with my newborn baby and my wife and I can't sit there and show my wife that football means more to me than her. You know what I mean? Because we had stuff going on in our household when with the newborn baby. I can't do that, and like when I first used to see it, it used to bother me. You know what I'm saying? But I can't let that get to me anymore, man. Like I just like it is what it is, man. Like when my son get back, he just gonna do what he do regardless, man. Like what God has for him, no one can take, man. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Because I know the work we put in. You know what I mean?
Facts.
I know the work we put in, man. You know what I mean?
Facts. Darn, Coach, that was deep.
Yes, sir.
That was deep. Because me personally, I'm an emotional dude, and some of them dudes would have had to call me and check in, or something like that. There,
Yeah.
So I really respect that you went about it in a professional manner, the way you did. Our relationship. Let's talk about that.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? But before we go into that, bills got to be paid.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like any other talk show, bills got to be paid. So, we going to step away for 30 seconds, that is, and we'll be right back with y'all. Put me in, Coach.
Oh, the power of the sun. How environment friendly are your devices? Off the grid, you need sustainability. Go solar. Go green. Go Solar Ray. SolarRayShop.com.
Well, we back with Put Me In, Coach, with Coach Twan.
Yes, sir.
And quarterback one. He's about to come on here in a minute. But, we had more questions to ask Coach Twan before we took the break. Coach, when we was at the Packers,
Right.
the Own Goal Packers in 2020, people might say from the outside looking in, man, Coach Nate and Coach Twan ain't going to make that shit happen. They ain't going to make that stuff work. But we did, and you know what? Like I tell people all the time, disagreements happen.
Right.
But you know what? At the end of the day, we made it back to this point. What do you feel went into our relationship to why at that moment, things happened the way it did, to where we had that little minor breakup? What do you think went into it? Was it just a lot of negativity around us, or what?
I don't think so more of negativity. I think, I won't say negative. I would say emotions and, friendship, mixing it in with football. Just say, for instance, like when we got a common goal, and our common goal is to try to win a national championship. Like I said, when we spoke on, mental earlier. We spoke on mental. I believe a kid has to have a certain type of mental, a certain type of grit, grind, and hunger to accomplish that. You know what I mean? And I know you established, relationship with other coaches that was on the staff, but I know what it takes. I don't know everything. Let me get that out. I don't know everything. I'm still learning. I'm a regular coach and everything, but I just figure like I know it's going to take that type of mental, right? So I know you established something with the other coaches, the lineman coaches. Some of those coaches, they didn't want their kids, to me, I don't want to put it out there, but like that there, but they didn't want, like they felt like I was working their kids too hard, and I know you probably felt that way as well. You know what I mean? So
I did at times.
Right.
I did at times.
Right, and then I get that. Some people not used to that or whatever, but I was just trying to get them ready for 5 quarters of football. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I was trying to get them ready for it, and I guess the dads wasn't with it. They like, oh, we work out more than we play football or this and that. No, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that. It's just that we not supposed to come to football practice and do football all day long. We got to do what we got to get into. We got to warm up, get into our energies, skeleton, do whatever we got to do. You know what I mean? And that,
you don't mind if I elaborate on that?
Yeah, go ahead. Yes, sir.
For those who don't really understand and know what really went on, I'm going to, dive in it. Coachy was out there one day, and, I was late for practice. I was late for practice, man, and had the lineman with heavy bags of what I was on. And them boys had weights and harnesses attached to them. I say, hey, man, we getting ready for national. We smack in the middle of December. I say, man, now I wasn't laughing like I am now, man. But man, Twan saying, y'all got to get it. and Twan had them going from one gate to the other gate, and that was about 100 yards, it looked like to me. And I seen, I guess I was touched by one of the babies because one of the linemen got big baby jaws, I'm talking about. And he come running back. Coach Nate, man, this nigga trying to kill me. So I say, what? And I just lost it. I said, man, y'all take that stuff off. I don't give a fuck what this man talking about, man. Take it off.
Hey, he was going.
Man, and coach, and I'm going to tell you something. When I'm wrong because that same practice, man, I stepped out of line. Because, it's respect, disrespect, and then it's forget you. So, you know what I'm saying? And I respect that day because you could have said, man, coachy, you was out of line. But I was out of line because, number one, I was late. And number two, if there's something going on, there's a proper way for any coach. And let this be a lesson to other coaches that's at other teams and know there's a proper way to handle every situation. I don't have to like what's going on, but sometimes you just let it go and deal with it after practice. There was a drill going on, even though I didn't like it, they were already going. So 2 wrongs can't make it right, and I was wrong twice. But I tried to make it right. But Twan pissed me off that day, man. And I felt like my line was about to lose their spines, and you know what I'm talking about. So that day, sometimes, a little controversy can bring the relationship a little closer, man.
Absolutely. Just think about it when you was younger.
Right.
You fight with your homeboys when you younger. Them end up being your best homeboys.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So, yeah,
Facts.
I definitely get that part.
And, towards the end, we had a great season. And, boy, we got to that national until to this day, I still feel like we was the better team, to me. Yeah. What you feel about that, Coach?
I feel like, no disrespect to nobody. I just feel like collectively, like, we have a lot of great athletes, like, on our team. Like, even the team this year, you know what I mean? But that team, I feel like if we would have, we just missed it by a little bit. Like, that's all I'm going to say. We missed it by a little bit because some of the other teams, they got great kids on it. You know what I mean? And I feel like we definitely would have had them, especially going up 12-0. I still think about that.
Man, Coach.
Going up, but Howard had them kids prepared, man. They did it great.
Do you think if we would have, what do you think we could have done differently to have brought that thing home, Coach?
I think, me personally, I would say play calling, but I just think because I like to put it on myself too. Like I say, I probably could have called better plays. You know what I mean? And plus had the kids execute more, had them execute much more better than we did. That comes into play with the conditioning. You know what I mean? Like, just say for instance, when I called the screenplay, we had them. We had them to bite on them, but our line didn't move. They were tired.
Right.
They were tired. Right. So, I was expecting at least to get 10, 15 yards off that, if not a touchdown.
Yeah, if not a touchdown. So,
but it was still a great game, and some people like to say if he wouldn't have went down, we would have won, but I don't, they was playing good defense when he was in, too. They were stopping us, too, so you got to give them their credit. Like, it just, I don't know. I don't know, man. I just feel like we was up 12-0, man.
We should have closed it.
Yeah, we should have closed it. Yeah, we should have closed it. I don't like to dwell on the past. We should have closed it, though, man. But I definitely think you live and learn. You know what I mean? Like, just say, for instance, now, Coach, we got a great team. It might not be where we wanted to be at right now, being that we just got over there.
Facts.
But, Coach, we got a great team. And we know what it takes. We done been there. We know what it takes. So
we've been there.
Yeah.
What Coach just said, we have a great team. Before we even get into that, we had a great team at the Packers.
Absolutely.
And I want people to look at something. You got 2 gentlemen right here that had their controversy. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was really mad at this man. I was really mad at him because I felt that, when things happen how they happen, he should have had my back. However.
Right.
But you know what? When I looked at the big picture, man, I called this man a couple months ago, and sometimes, and this is for even the youth and even you adults out there, sometimes it's okay to pick up the phone and call another individual and tell them, hey, look, I'm sorry, bro.
Absolutely.
I messed up.
Absolutely, yep.
I'm so tired of hearing Black Lives Matter. If they really matter, man, he's a black man, I'm a black man. Hey, Coach, man, I said a lot of stuff that night in that room that at the moment I was just emotionally stricken because I know what we had.
Right.
And I'm saying it again to you, even though we passed it. Yeah, bro, I'm truly sorry about that. But guess what? We here now.
Yes, sir. Me too as well, man. Likewise, man. Sorry about that, bro. Whatever we called each other, that's in the past.
It's in the past.
Yeah, man.
And y'all just don't even know. When I called him, he was on some stuff like, man, it's not just about me and you. Man, it's for the city.
Right.
The Bay Area.
Correct.
Let's do this. Let's bring it together. He ain't called me on no, I ain't called him. He wasn't even talking about no head coaching, no own goal. Man, let's come to the Jags and let's make this thing work. And I respect that because not too many people would have did it. But we here now, Coach. We had our first game yesterday. Man, we got a lot of work to do. But what do you see with our team and what do you think we need to do better moving forward in order to bring this thing back home?
Well, just like you said, we have a lot of tremendous athletes on our team. I'm gonna give you that. Like collectively, I know a lot of people might disagree, but just the athletes we have on our team collectively, well, we might have the best in the country. I could be wrong now. They're just me. You might say I'm being biased, just being like from, let's say, my son Noah, Blaze. You got Joystick. That Joystick is another kid that people that really heard of, like just a dog. Like
he might be.
He's just a dog, bro.
I'm gonna ask Noah this in a little bit. He might be one of the top 3 10-year-olds in the nation.
Yeah, kid nice, bro. Kid nice, bro. Then we have Shaking, baby. We got Lambo. Then you got your other guy. You got little Aiden Garcia got nice hands.
Great hands.
You got great hands. You got the other kids, Cash. You got Cordell. We just have a lot of like athletes, man. Lambo, super fast. We got the fastest kids in the nation on our team, bro.
Is this team here more talented than our own Go team? Or is it too early to say? Yeah, that's
me
a good
personally,
question.
because somebody had to make me realize, even some of the parents from our own Go team would say this team is more talented, and I had to agree. I have to agree that this team is more talented than our own Go team. Just like the different aspects that they bring from different, from their positions, everything. Like, you know what I mean? Shout out to my guy D too. He's a great receiver that always been with me. You never know if he'll be back in the future. You never know. But this team right here, I would say is more talented than our own Go team, AU team. Yeah, they is.
So we got to get it done, Coach.
Yeah, we got to get it done. There's no excuses. I mean, like, we just got to coach. We just got to coach, bro. Like, everybody, we have to do our job. We have to coach. That's it.
Wow. Man, what did you see yesterday that you think we need to work on?
What I seen yesterday was a team that just got together. With no chemistry, everything, just early. From what I seen, we had our first preseason game yesterday against West Orlando Jags. Yeah, we won. I'm not going to even talk about the score.
Facts.
Because I was not impressed.
Me either,
being
Coach.
honest. I
Me
was
either.
not impressed.
But I will say this. Once everything started to gel and our line in the trenches, the O-line and D-line come together, man, it's TSD for anybody in our way. And if you don't know what TSD means, that means that dead. Believe that. That shit dead. I'm telling you.
I definitely can agree with you on that.
Doomsday. You know what I'm saying? Doomsday, the Jag way, you feel me? So, that's it for me, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, on that part right there, we're going to take another 30-second commercial break. And when we come back, we going to have quarterback 1, Noah Geiger.
Yes, sir.
So y'all get ready for that, man.
Oh, the power of the sun. How environment friendly are your devices? Off the grid, you need sustainability. Go solar. Go green. Go Solar Ray. SolarRayShop.com.
Welcome back with Put Me In Coach. And right now, I'm about to bring in one of the top, if not the best quarterback, 10U quarterback in the nation, Noah Geiger. Did I say it right, Noah Geiger or Geiger?
Geiger.
Okay, Geiger. There we go there. Noah Geiger. I like that right there, man. So guess what? You know what, man? I'm going to jump right into it because I'm excited because it's all about what I'm trying to do is giving the platform back to the youth. And we're going to start that today with Noah. Man, Noah, how does it feel to be one of the best players in the nation at the quarterback position? Like, how does that feel for you, man?
It feels great knowing that a few years ago my dad was really hard on me. He would push me. Like, today we were supposed to go and play basketball and do all that other stuff, but, you know, honestly, it feels great having people come up to me saying I'm going to be a next future quarterback star and get an NIL deal in high school. But, you know, everything, it is good, you know.
That's what's up, man. Man, this guy is so articulate. Boy, I like how you handled that. Boy, I like how you handled that question right there, Noah. Boy, I like that. So, you know, Noah, you know, I just had your dad up here, and we was just talking about how you did 4 hours of training with your father on July 4th. And we weren't talking about training of football. Noah, the word on the street is, boy, you got a crossover like Allen Iverson and a shot like Stephen Curry. So I'm trying to figure this something out now. Which one do you like the most? Being one of the best 10U quarterbacks in the nation or being a future basketball star? Which one is it now? Like, let the people know. Which one you like better?
Honestly, I like football better, but, you know, I've been doing it for a little minute now, so it's just kind of like I just want to do something new, and, yeah. But, honestly, I like football better, carry on my father's legacy and all of that, so.
That's real. Well, y'all have it. You know, being a quarterback and surrounded with guys like Blaze, D2, and now Shake and Bake and Joystick, how is it for you to have that type of talent around you? I mean, what does it feel like? You go into every game when you know you got that type of talent around you, knowing that, hey, I ain't got to go out here and win this game on my own. I can go here, I can go there. How is that for you on Saturdays, knowing you got these guys around you?
You already said it. It's like I ain't got to do everything on my own, and I know I got teammates to rely on. Shake and Limbo, they all do their parts, blocking, running, you know, catching. It's just, yeah, I just feel great about them, you know, just knowing that not everybody, like, I don't have to do everything on my own, and I have a lot of other great teammates to help me, and, you know, that's just how I feel.
Man, look here, man. You sounding more and more like your daddy over here, boy. You hear me? Like, you really handling that mic real good right now. Just being for real. Like, you really go be a trendsetter for the other youth we gonna bring in, because I really like how you got your polo shirt on and you're talking real, the waves barking like a dog kettle and all this stuff here. So, you know, I want to ask you another question, Noe, because, see, we was on Go in 2020, and we came up short. Do you feel that this team we have now is more talented than the team we had in 2020? And be honest.
I feel like it's kind of early to say still, though, because, like, we've only been practicing for 3 days, and it's been raining. So, you know, we still have to build team chemistry. You know, some of the players on our last year on-go boys team and stuff like that, they've been with us for a little minute. And, well, yeah, so.
Well, don't worry about it. I got you right here, Noe. I'm here for you, baby. So tell me what then, Noe, when you, what is it about Blaze that makes Blaze who he is? Like, you know, what is it about that kid, man?
So he knows how to catch. He has vision. Yeah, and he's fast. You know, he runs track. He's a YouTuber. Yeah, and he just knows how to express himself. He always, when a fan comes up to him and asks him for a picture, he's always cool. He's like, yeah, of course, I got you. And, you know, that's just who he is.
Wow. Man, I like this kid here. I love this kid here, boy. I'm about to tear up over here, boy. You hear me? Before I let you go, Mr. Noah, out of all the kids we done played against, you done played against in your career, if you can name a top 5 and put them, you don't got to put them in any order, Name me top 5 kids you either done played against. How did I say it? Name me 5 kids that you respect their games in youth football that you either done played against. Don't name nobody else on our team now though. No Blaze, no Joystick. Try to name me 3 to 5 other ones if you can think.
Definitely at Nationals we had Lambo, I think his name was.
Okay.
Mello.
All right.
Lambo. Yeah, he was running all up over us in Nationals.
Darn sure was. I started to go out there and tackle him myself. It's a lot of them. If you got to name one of ours, I mean, you know, we got them all. We got them all, Noah. Let me see. We might have to start naming some teams. What about the boy down in Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes? Or what about the kid from Duval, Octane?
Yeah, Octane.
Okay, Octane.
He's definitely one of them.
All right, Octane is solid, and I think there's a kid down in Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes, JC or something like that. You know about him? They said he's pretty decent. I don't know, did we ever play against him or not, but they say he's a pretty solid dude.
I don't know. I don't think I've heard of him
until
now.
But. Well, go ahead, because I mean it's tough when we have all the pieces on our team. You know, it's hard to imagine the other kids. So go ahead and name the third person you would think that's one of them top 3 guys. What about the Hot Boys? Anybody off the Hot Boys?
Their O-line was good that year.
Well, we'll take the Hot Boys O-line then, because they definitely was pushing us back. So you know what? You say the Hot Boys, Octane, and who was number 1?
Mello.
Mello was definitely that guy. Do you feel we should have won that game?
Yeah, I mean, I feel that we had great players. They also had great players, but maybe that year just wasn't it for us. And we won the first game, we lost the second, but honestly, I think we could have did better than that and won it. So,
well, we definitely gonna try our best this year to close the deal. Noah, I really appreciate you coming on, but before I let you go, we got middle school and high school and college coming up, NIL deals. I mean, you look like a baby Warren Moon out there throwing spirals. What high school would you like to attend?
High school? Honestly, right now, I can give you 2.
Okay, well, let's let the world hear them.
So one of them right now would definitely have to be Carrollwood Day.
Okay, and why?
They have a great program there, learning and activities. Also because people out there are getting lots of offers.
Most definitely. What's the second one?
And there's a school down south named American Heritage, I think.
Okay.
Yes, they also have the same thing as Carrollwood Day, if not even better. So, honestly, I like what both programs are doing, and hopefully I can get a scholarship to go to both.
Wow, man, them 2 elite schools, Noah. Would you really go back down south to go to one? Would you really go back down there if Carrollwood, you couldn't get in Carrollwood Day and you can get in American Heritage? Would you really would like to go back down there? Would you do it?
I mean, if it's for my dream, my future, and for my family to be blessed, of course. I mean, who wouldn't?
Wow, that's deep, Noah. So let's say these NIL deals come and you get all these offers. Man, name me your top 3 colleges you would like to attend.
Ooh.
Top 3. I know there's probably 23, but just give me your top 3.
I've been thinking about LSU. I also like Florida State. And let's see. Alabama.
Wow. I hope you keep it in state. You look like a young Charlie Ward, man. You look like a young Charlie Ward. I think your daddy would be happy about that as well. So, we here today on Put Me In, Coach Twan, Coach Mr. Noah. Man, you making me real happy, man. I mean, you even got me sweating over here a little bit, man. I mean, I don't know. I thought it was tears coming down, but it's really sweat. I got to make sure my Beijing don't get messed up over here. Noah, you hear me? Is sweating me out, you feel me? So, we're going to take a commercial break. I'm here on Put Me In, Coach Twan, Mr. Noah. We'll be right back. See you in 30. Bills got to get paid. For real.
Oh, the power of the sun. How environment friendly are your devices? Off the grid, you need sustainability. Go solar. Go green. Go Solar Ray. SolarRayShop.com.
Welcome back with Put Me In, Coach, with Coach Twan and Mr. Noah, quarterback one. That's what I call him. Boy, before we go off air, there was a couple more questions that was just buzzing in my head. And the question is, these parents, Coach, a lot of these parents feel entitled because they spend a lot of money in training and things of that nature, and they feel when they come and they sign up with an organization that, hey, my son need to be in there. So you being a coach, and like even this year, you got a whole lot of work on your side of the ball, Coach.
Yes, sir.
What do you tell these parents that feel like they're entitled because they went and spent money on training? Do you just tell them, hey man, the position, you just don't get your position like that? You got to work. What is it?
That's absolutely. You want to prepare them. They got to work. They got to go for it. Some situations might be different from others, but also like you might have a kid that trains year round, and you might have a kid that just comes out and plays football that just naturally gifted from God right now at this level, and your kid trains all the time. This kid might still be better than your kid. Like some parents have to relax and just take the role. And just grasp it. And just grasp what's for their kid. You know what I mean? Like you might train for running back all the time, but he might be good at linebacker or DN or something. You know what I mean? You have to really like sit down and figure out like, and I say I'm probably guilty of it as well too, because like just say for instance, I know my son could play various positions on offense, but I kind of like, I'm specialized. I feel like I'm specializing a little early right now at quarterback, and then sometimes I don't feel like it when I look at the success from all the other quarterbacks and their dads, and I listen to their podcasts and everything of what they did with their kids.
Correct.
I say like I'm a big fan of Bryce Young. I love what he do. I just like how his dad, has him like when he gets in front of a camera or anything, that kid just speaks very well.
Correct.
His dad speaks very well, So it's just a lot that I look at, and I just try to take the blueprint from those that actually made it or did something. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And I just want to say, hey, man, they didn't do too bad. Maybe, we can take some lessons from them and make it happen. You know what I mean? But
correct.
You want to make sure that, like, you can't feel entitled and everything because, like, just like I say, like, when my son gets to school or something, like, if he goes somewhere, like, it may be a kid that's better than him, maybe, fit their prototype better than him, and they may have to move him to receiver. We can't do nothing but grasp that and embrace that. You know what I mean? And work hard at that. So you just got to make sure that you have to work and figure out what's best for your kid. If that makes sense.
That makes plenty of sense to me, but everybody doesn't see it in that light. And my thing is, I feel like parents, and especially these dads, that's just what they are, dads. They already have in their mind set that he's a running back, he's a quarterback. And then when it comes to youth football, they feel like my kid is not relevant unless he touched the ball. But the thing about it is, in football, there's two sides of the ball. There's defense and there's offense. Why do parents, especially dads, feel like their kids are not relevant unless they touch the football? Why they feel like they can't do the same thing on the defensive side of the ball at D tackle, linebacker, cornerback, and still get the same limelight? Has social media damaged it that bad that if you're not a running back or a quarterback that playing them other positions, oh no, that ain't it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I definitely believe it absolutely damaged it, man. Like, for me personally right now, like I tell him, like most of the time, like I spoke with you about the kid, Zylan Little, like if my son would ever had a chance to play with him, that would be great. You know what I mean? Because like he's a lineman, like that's just one kid I would want my son to play with. Not right now, because he probably like if they had to hit him practice, we probably tell Noah up, man. He a grown man.
Nice.
Yeah, he real nice, but at the same time, like I definitely believe social media. Everybody, you know, everybody want to post something about their kid, and there's nothing wrong with that. Who am I to tell you that your son this and that, and who are you to tell me about my son? You know, so just in all general, like, you know, everybody wants to post and feel that their kid is the greatest athlete, and then they should feel that way. You know what I mean? So, but then in all reality, though, you know, in some coaches' eyes, even when they make it to the next level, you get a rude awakening. You know what I mean? And we just have to, you know, be ready to, you know, embrace that. You know what I mean? Like, okay, my kid's not the best person on this team no more. Like, he's up here with all dogs now. Everybody's balling now.
Facts.
So what's going to separate you? You know what I mean? Play your part and do your part. When your number is called, you make it happen. You got to make it happen, man. Everything, you know, and I just say right now, though, just at this level right now, though, just enjoy it, you know, and keep working hard. Just keep working hard. You know what I mean? Don't overdo it. Like, I could tell parents, don't never overdo it. Like, because one thing I learned over the years, I used to overdo it so much. And then, like, as you start letting the kids' body get rest and they take a break from this and that, and they come back and you be like, well, we ain't worked on that. He's snatching the ball like that out there, like with one hand like that. That's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? So, and I can piggyback off of me too. Like I stopped playing football for a while, and then I was playing basketball when I was younger, and then I started back when I got to high school. And anybody can know when I transferred to the high school, Coconut Creek, from Miami, I went to Coconut Creek. Man, I used to be in PE. Nobody couldn't stop me. I used to be on the field, but I didn't take it serious. Like, I never took it seriously because I was halfway in and halfway, you know, everybody else made the mistake of doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which we ain't gonna get into that. So, but you know, it's just a great. Like, I'm just excited to be here and be on this journey with my son. And I have another son. People keep asking me about. He's a baby right now, but the way this youth football going right now, man, I have to think about that twice.
Wow,
right
it's funny that you say that, man. Because there's a lot of things going on in youth football that I think has affected the youth sports. It's no longer this common phrase we hear all the time. It's no longer about the kids.
Right.
And, you know, I believe there's a lot of elements that went into that. And I think one of those elements that went into that was Daddy Ball.
Right.
You know, I don't feel there's nothing wrong with a dad or a father coaching his kid.
Right.
But it's when you try to put your kid over other kids that's either just as talented or more talented than your kid, and you're forcing it.
Right.
And it's obvious. And it's obvious to the other people, but they scared to say something about it. But yeah, it's affecting the organization. It's affecting the people around you, and it's also affecting the kids. I mean, you have coached your son throughout. Have you ever been called a daddy ball coach?
Oh, absolutely. I've been called that before. Absolutely. Yeah, they called me that. They tell me that before. Mm-hmm. And then, like, it used to bother me.
Right.
Because I'd be like, dang, like, I'm out here every day, like, with my son. Like, he working and he performing on the field. Like, he doing it. Like, I'm like, sometimes I used to tell my son to run out of bounds, not score a touchdown. Because in his owners feeling like anybody who played on the team with us, they know that. And they used to be like, why you telling them to run out of bounds? Like, I'm like, just to let other kids go. Like, you know, I don't want to hit nobody's mouth. You know what I mean? And I used to tell him to run out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, it used to bother me so much to the point, like, now it goes in and out the other because, like, it's evident now. You know what I mean? Everybody can see it now. Like, if you don't, then it is what it is. Hopefully you will, you know, and then we're just going to keep praying and keep going on our journey because I can't worry about nobody else with that. I know my intentions are good. Like, I'm not, you know, I don't have all these athletes on my team for a reason, just for my son, this and that. Yeah, true enough, like, he's a quarterback. He has to get the ball to these guys, but I'm trying to show these other kids as well. You get what I mean? Like, how to play the game at a different, like, with the knowledge that I know. You know what I mean? I don't know everything. You got trainers and stuff. Like, I believe great people. Like, you got your Ed Gantz, you got your Goldfeet, your route guard, receiver factor. All these guys, like, I watch and I see. Like they good. You know what I mean? And those guys know way more than me. Especially I know my guy Ed Gant. That guy, you know, I'm not trying to sit here and do everything, talk highly of him, but I just know like the stuff that he has passion like I has passion. You know what I mean? So that's a guy that I respect for that. But for the most part, man, like I have been called that before, and I don't let it get to me anymore. So you know,
well, that's what's up. That's what's up. Do you feel dads should coach their kids from the bottom age all the way up?
You know what? And it's to be honest with you, I don't know if it's because I love coaching. So, but to be honest with you, I would love to see somebody like, I don't know, like if they have that knowledge and they doing like I say, like how I'm doing it, if I could continue to keep growing with them, then I would say, yeah, because it's so much that
when you say grow with them though, you talking about from the bottom ages?
From the bottom age. Yeah, if you can and you know you're growing with it, you're not finna just say for instance, if you started in a wishbone, just say for instance you're an OC, and you started in a wishbone at 6U, and you're still in the wishbone at 10U, and the game's changing, and you know they're going to spread formation. You know what I mean?
Well, we starting to get.
You know what I mean?
Something.
But if you started in 6U in the wishbone, and now you got your kids in the 3x2 at 10U or 2x2 to 8x, whatever, however you want to call it, whatever you want to do, and you mixing those in, and then they perfecting that at a high level for that age, then you like, now you really doing it, because it's so much that you have to learn and so much that a kid has to learn. You know what I mean? Like
you touch. Hey, let me tell you something. You gonna touch a nerve on this one, coach?
Yeah, I'm just being honest though. It's just so much that they have to learn. Like so, and some people be like, well, you let different coaches coach them and all that. Me, I'm starting to. I can hear that too now. Like I would love to see somebody else coach. There's a couple coaches that I would like to see coach the boys. You know what I mean? On the offensive side of the ball, like what I do, that I believe, like I seen what they do. You know what I mean? Like a Carlos or something, like I mentioned before. Like I love, like he always, that's my boy. He called me, he tried to give me advice and everything. Even like Ty Timmons, you borrowed film. Like I done, see what he done on 7-on-7, and then he tried to give me insight on everything too. Like man, them dudes got beautiful minds, man. You feel me? Like to be honest with you, so I would like to see those. Even like I would say, like the Rod Max, like down. So I seen what he did with the Purple Machine and what he's doing with his team now. Like those guys. What's the guy who the guy I even spoke with him on the phone? Sean Moffitt. He used to do good with them kids. Me and him and my guy Ferrell used to be on three-way a few times. He talked about how he used to run his team. And it's good to hear those things from people that don't won national championships at the youth level, what we trying to accomplish. You feel me? Like I think that dude won like 3 times in a row.
Right.
Yeah, Sean Moffitt. Yeah, he did it. Like so, it was good. Like I'm embracing. I'm listening to everything. He like, coach. You know what? I don't just condition my kids in the beginning of the year. I condition my kids throughout the year. You never stop. He was just saying so much stuff. I'm with you on that. You know what I mean? So it's just a whole lot of stuff like you got to take with it. But yeah, I would definitely think like if you got the right intentions and you want your kids to keep learning, you're going to keep learning, coach them up. But if you got somebody who you would like to see, because sometimes, man, like coaching your own kid, I want to sit back and enjoy too. You know what I mean? I want to sit back and enjoy too. So, it go hand in hand, however you feel. If you got another great coach, because some coaches, man, you think you done did all this work, you done got them to this level, and then like you take them back and they coaching, I mean, they doing some other stuff and they don't really know nothing, man. You're going to be like, oh my goodness.
Wow. Man, I got to holler at my producer real quick. Do we got time for one more question? One more question.
Yes, sir.
Do you feel, since you've been up here in Tampa or in the Bay Area, that the coaching is lackluster compared to those guys down south? And what I mean by that, run left, run right, dive, compared to what you do. Like you like to spread it out. Do you feel like the coaching up here, not disrespecting no coaching, but do you feel like they kind of behind the times, that the wishbone and all that stuff there is kind of played out now with these new generation of kids that like to throw it and things of that nature?
And somewhat, you know what I mean? Somewhat, but not so much, because like you have to figure out what works best for your team. Like if you don't have that opportunity and the luxury to spread it out and go to that scheme, then you do what you got to do. Like some people may still be effective in the wishbone. Like don't just take it like on the last question. Don't just take it like I'm saying like don't be in the wishbone at 10U or 12U or nothing like that. No, I'm just saying like you want to start seeing growing a little bit like opening up an offense, you know, not just being one dimensional. You know what I mean? So, but I would say like there's not, it's all in the coaches. It's like you can have a coach right here, like in Clearwater right here, that's finna pop out next year, that's been studying for 2 years straight what he's finna do with a team.
Facts.
You know, and he come out and you be like, well, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it go. You know what I mean? So you never know, man. Like, I would say it's the same. It's all in the coaches and the kids, bro. It's all that.
That's what's up, man. Well, I just want to appreciate Coach Twan and quarterback one, Noah, coming on, put me in, Coach. It just makes me feel so good. I feel so blessed to have this opportunity to have been here with you guys, man. Before we go, you got any last words for the people, Coach?
No, sir, man. I just want to say, man, y'all keep going, man, doing a great job. We got to start coming together as one, man, and leave all the violence alone and everything, man. Like, that's it.
All right, then. Well, I tell you what, look for this first episode Monday, 1 o'clock. Put me in, Coach, man. I'm here with Coach Twan, quarterback one. Keep an eye on Tampa Bay Jaguars 10U, man. Yes, Doomsday Squad, yes, whatever you want to call us, man. I mean, we gonna beat the sleep squad, whatever y'all want to call us, man. Yeah. TBJ, top to bottom. We ain't talking about one level. We talking about all the levels, man. Yes, we all here. Pine County Warriors, what's up? Saul, what's good, baby? We out.
Yes, sir.
Coach Twan, Noe. We here, baby. We bringing that national back this year to the Bay Area, so they may as well go ahead and polish the trophy up for us. You hear me? Put me in. Quarterback one. I ain't say two. I said quarterback one. Believe that. Number one in the nation. Don't argue about it. He is. We out. Holla at you. Next episode.